2 Corinthians 12:9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you. My power is made perfect in your weakness." What if our mistakes as parents didn't disqualify us from being a great parent? Overwhelmed parent is for every mom or dad who feels like they're falling short. Inside these pages, you will find grace for your gaps, hope for your hard days, because God doesn't ask for perfection as parents. He offers partnership. Let's walk this out together. Psalm 61:2 says, "When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." There were days I whispered, "Lord, I can't do this." And that's where this book begins, with honesty, not perfection. I share personal stories and overwhelmed parent. And I invite you to lay down the pressure and pick up the peace. Because when we're led by God's wisdom, even chaos can have purpose. Isaiah 40:11 says, "He gently leads those that have young." Sometimes the hardest part of parenting is the voice in your head telling you you're failing. This book silences that lie with truth. You may not be doing well, but you are not alone. God is still helping you, and He will help you parent well. Overwhelmed Parent will give you prayers, scriptures, and space to breathe again. Proverbs 3:5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding." You don't have to have all the answers to be a good parent. I learned that God steps in when we step back. Overwhelmed Parent teaches how to surrender and how this can actually be strength. Trusting God with your kids doesn't mean letting go. It means letting God in. James 5:16 says, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." Parenting isn't just a job, it's a spiritual calling. When I started praying daily over my children, I saw God move in ways I didn't expect. And I still do this to this day in their young adult life. This book gives you prayers and faith practices to help you stay connected to what matters most. Even tired prayers still. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God will guard your hearts and mind in Christ Jesus." I wrote this book during some of my most chaotic seasons as a mom and a grandmother. But in the middle of the mess, God has reminded me, peace is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of God. Overwhelmed Parent offers calm truth and real tools for your busiest day. Romans 8:1 says, "There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." You don't have to clean up yourself to be used by God in your child's life. I have shown up exhausted, confused, short-tempered, and God still covered me with grace. Overwhelmed Parent gives you the space to admit the hard stuff and to still move forward in faith. Matthew 11:28 says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." This book was born out of my own weary prayers and desperate parenting moments, and as a teacher of what I've seen in other parents' lives. Overwhelmed Parent isn't about perfection. It's about grace, guidance, growing in God's strength. If you've ever questioned if you're doing enough, if you're being enough, this is for you. Because God meets us right where we are, in the middle of our chaos, with peace, calmness, clarity, and help for the next step.